Good evening. Welcome to the Waterboro Budget Committee meeting. Tonight, this is January 31st, 2022. Tonight we're going to be meeting with the Recreation Director, Todd Smith.
Well, as you know, because of COVID, a lot of things were canceled. And a lot of programs we had just increased in size like we never expected them to do. So, hopefully next year we'll get back to a normal year, knock on wood, and I try to do the figures accordingly. Yeah, we can laugh, but hey, I'm hoping so. We normally go line by line, and I'll be glad to do that with you once again. If you want to start on 218. What I'd like to talk about there is the Goldville Park boat launch. Ossipee Lake Association last year donated, I think it was $7,000 so we could increase the to 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. They couldn't afford to donate it all this year, so they offered $4,625 if we would match them, and that way we could keep the 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. 7 days a week. So that's why that number there is showing 15,200. That shows the increase of the half that we would pitch in to keep this going. I think it's really important that we have coverage down there. The more the better, obviously. We've been lucky to keep milfoil out of there, knock on wood, and I think every hour we can do it is a blessing for everybody. So that was the increase in that line.
Now that's just to check the boats for like milfoil.
The plants and
yeah.
It's just not milfoil. Any plant on the boat, any leak or anything gets taken off and inspected. Any question about that? Okay, the other two are salary lines, and that comes with whatever the increase is. So that's really not me offering anything. That is, whatever the selectmen give us.
Okay, I have a question.
Sure.
Last year, in last year's budget, it was at $37,000 a year. And this year it's at 36. Is there a reason why 36.5?
The administrative assistant? Yes, we had a different one last year.
Oh, you did?
Right.
That was me.
That was Laura.
So you did the whole year last year, or just when they needed you?
No, I did, let's see, I came over here in June of 21, over on this side, and I was doing both jobs.
When COVID hit, there wasn't just enough for both of us to do in the office. So we definitely didn't want to lay Laura off. So they needed an administrative assistant over here, so she came over here. So that saved the job and saved us money, and it worked out great.
So was there money left over that you put back somewhere, or did you use it in your budget?
No, if it got left over, it goes right back into the general fund. I did not use any extra money after that. I might have just lied to you. The money for the lights, actually, because we have left over. That's correct. The money for the lights down there on Lions Field.
We paid for that before the end of the year, didn't we?
Right, but I believe it came out of last year's budget. When she moved over, we had the extra money.
Yes.
Okay, I did.
Okay.
The money, when she came over here, now it's out of the budget over here. I had the extra money, and we had a problem at Lions Field where one of the lights came crashing down, and it was not a safety issue, so we took them all down and we replaced them all.
So is that project done now, or is there still some work
It's-
left to do?
It's about 95% done. One of the lights came in defective. It's all paid for, they're just waiting for the new one to come in. They'll put it up and it will be done.
So I have a question on the salary line, Matt. He went up to 59.5, so is that just the 3%? It doesn't include the ARPA?
Correct, there's no ARPA in line 219.
Okay. So I have a question, because when I took 56.5, what he was making last year, and added 3% to it, this is what I got. I got 16.95.
Longevity,
Well, I haven't added that in yet.
okay,
I'm just,
but that's in there.
I don't know what his longevity is, because I don't know how many years you've been here.
Right now, I
So.
get $13 a week.
Is that what you got?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and then add his longevity in? So we haven't added this in yet? The ARPA, correct?
Correct, because it was...
Because that needs to be voted on probably tomorrow night,
They'll have to-
or a discussion. Okay. So the 59.5 minus the 58,195, whatever's left is his longevity?
58,195 minus that difference, the 59.5.
Yeah. Is that his longevity?
Julie, do you have those papers with you by chance?
Longevity's 13 times 52. What's that, 646?
It was what, Julie?
13 times 52 weeks.
It comes up to what?
I think...
676.
676, sorry, I was short.
That's what I got.
50...
58.
Yeah, I think we were the same number, then 58... 824? That should be 58.9... No, 59.5.
59, 58, 59.
Do you plan to have summer camp this year?
Absolutely.
I believe.
We have it this
So this
summer
is what I
also.
got, 58,195.
It's very popular.
Down before summer.
It really
Yeah,
is.
you did. That's why you
I just have
did.
it. Oh, yeah, we did.
Matter of fact, we've
And
opened
then
up
if you add
registration.
670,
Oh, yeah, that's what I was doing.
Have you? Okay.
Yeah, it's wrong.
58,871.
Yeah.
yeah.
Just lost the money sitting there. Up or out? What number did you come to, please?
58,871.
What line?
Line 219, in the notes section,
Yep.
should be 58,871.
Yeah, I'll correct that.
So is the 3% in Justine's also? Has that been included in hers?
It should have been
In the
us, too.
36.5?
It should have been in us too.
So this is what I got for her. With the 3%.
Julie, that number came from you, correct? 36.5 on that one? That came from him?
Let me get my payroll changed. No, I did give it to you?
Oh, that number didn't come from me.
I thought that number came from you, Julie. No?
Did? All right, let me go get my payroll, please. Sorry.
either have it in it.
Well, that's what I'm thinking, is it in it, or is it, do we need to add the 3% to it?
If that was the case, it would be 37,595.
Yeah.
Is that 36.5 number correct?
I always just, I didn't look at it, to be honest with you. I just they always add the 3% or whatever it is, and we just go along with it, so.
I thought she'd calculated it based on the retirement or the other, the calculations too, so I'm.
Yeah, that's gonna mess everything else
Yeah.
up, yeah.
Well, I thought that was already in it, but we'll make sure.
Oh, okay. I noticed a couple other ones too.
You want Todd to continue while she's looking for that?
Yep.
Good for him to continue on while she's looking for that data?
Yeah.
Okay, the next big line would be 220. About a year ago, the selectmen told me I can go up to like $15 an hour hourly, which now everybody is really close to that. And I'm still losing people. It's, different businesses around town have taken away. I've lost 3 people in the last few months. And they're just getting paid more money doing other things. I was looking at it today. I'd like to change the 155 to 145, if you want. I still think I can. But the small increases, raises that we're going to be giving out to, in the new year.
I've been asking, how does the program salaries break down? You have a breakout of, this is what Fund G is, this is what all of the different programs are, because I think that's probably becoming more and more important to understand. If it's 145,000, we need to understand
Who's going to
where is that all coming, or where is that all being spent? Summer camp,
Summer camp and fun camp.
okay, but what's the number? Okay, I guess that's what I'm asking is, what is the number for Funky? What is the number for summer camps? What is the number for whatever other programs that you run, basketball, I think you run, right? Those are the kind of things that start to get stripped out a little bit.
I mean, it's tough in some ways because how many kids sign up for certain things is how many, like the camp, if you have.
Yeah, but you gotta have a basic understanding of what goes with the budget. So there's the 145, or 155, whatever you want to call it, come out of wish and hoping, I think, or is it predicated on, this is how many kids we get today in country, we expect that's gonna stay the same, I need X amount of people?
I think it's both. I mean, for instance, basketball this year, we usually take in $10,000 for sports for the whole year. That's our revenue line. Well, right now, for just basketball without lacrosse, field hockey, I'm at $10,655. So some of it is seeing what actually happens. So there's money there in case something happens. Camp, already we're starting to get people calling and filling out forms to get kids in for camp. I mean, we could have one of the biggest years now, and I just hate to, Is there a little extra money there? Probably, but I hate to say, I'm sorry, I can't take your kid to camp or something in our town.
Well, I
so-
understand that, because you need some flexibility.
Right.
The fact of the matter is that you cannot build a budget unless you have what those anticipated expenditures and revenues are, okay? So if we don't have that, you know, I'm not sure, you know, here's the issue that the man on the street asked, or the lady on the street asked. Is Funergy self-supporting? Yes or no?
Yes,
Is summer camp self-supporting?
yes.
Is,
A lot of the other things are, yeah.
okay, so, but the question becomes, we have a fairly significant recreation budget,
Correct.
okay? Somehow the parks have got lost in this whole thing, but, you know, you got a whole bunch of activity going on to redo Friendship Park. That should be part of your responsibility as well. But the fact of the matter is what is the break? And I, you know, we went through this years and years ago. We said, we kept taking down what the taxpayers were contributing to a point where we couldn't afford to run the programs anymore because we took too much out of the tax line, right? So we put money back into the tax line to say, this is what the director gets, that's what we're funding out of taxes, right? The rest of the programs should either break even, okay, and that should be the design of how they're structured. So whether you have the answers now, my guess is before this budget goes before the Board of Selectmen, those are the questions that you're going to get asked. So you need to build that, you need to show how that builds up.
Okay.
Okay?
So,
Sure.
so last year, they had
Diane,
requested
Matt, your question? Todd's with the 3% is 58,812, Justine's is 36,421. It was rounded up, I'd say.
36,412.
421.
36,421?
Yes, sir.
And that is 58,817.
Yours came out 58,812. 58,136 plus 676 for your longevity at the 3%.
We got 58,871,
I got
Julie.
58,871 too.
Yeah.
Well, the numbers we were probably running off were based on an estimated or a rounded number from before.
I used the last year's number.
Oh, okay.
So 36.5 should be what?
36,4 something.
36,421 is what you said.
Because I've got him at 27.95 and Justine at 17.51. If you take last year's of 27.14 and multiply it by 1.03, it's 27.95.
Okay. And his was 58, I'm sorry, I didn't get it written.
58,812. Right to the penny.
So there's 4 months left.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
So Todd, you'll break that
Yeah.
down for
Okay.
those different
I'm
programs.
just wondering,
Sure.
this is what they requested last year.
Are they,
330.
on the revenue report, I see Funergy,
This is what
Funtown
they've
tickets,
spent so far,
sports.
199.92.
Sports is basketball.
Basketball,
I've got the
lacrosse,
whole-
field hockey.
Hold on, it's the D-ball.
I'm just wondering how
Lacrosse.
much more they're going to spend in the next.
Field hockey.
Because we got till June 1st, so 5 months. June 30th, so they got February, March, April, June.
Yeah.
And summer camp is I'm assuming summer.
I think it's some continuous expense.
Anything else associated with summer camp that's blended in there?
No,
Where are the concerts in the park and the blues festival spike out?
I'll try to do, donations is the Blues Festival on revenues 4310. I don't know if it's on. You get this paper. There it goes.
You're on page 310.
Blues Festival,
I've got the
all
whole
donations.
Okay, so that is the Blues Festival.
donation.
So I know that,
Where'd my paper go?
I know the concerts in the park are sponsored by different businesses in town.
Couple of
So,
them.
so is
Three of
that,
them.
so that money comes into that line?
That's sponsors, concerts in the park are partially sponsored,
Okay.
and the Blues Festival. That comes out of that line.
So somehow, somewhere, we ought to start to identify what that is, right?
Sure. And she said,
I mean, you want it broke down more than just the donations for the it's donations for, that's what Todd has told me, is the donations for the park, for the blues in the park.
So we've got an outfit that's raising money for Friendship Park.
That's another line, that's 4211, donations for Friendship Park, and there's another line for boat launch.
I have a question about the two, see this right there? Donation friendship,
Yeah.
and that's the committee, and it has nothing to do with my budget.
That's right, it was under
No,
public
but
works.
but it's gonna go through your department.
Well, it was all set up without my department.
I guess I don't understand.
Um,
There was a group of people that said, we want to refresh Friendship Park, okay?
Okay.
I mean,
I don't know, I wasn't part of it. I'll tell you what I know, if you'd like, I can tell you.
well, you should know, because Friendship Park is your responsibility.
Absolutely.
Okay, so if they raise money,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And there's a sign that's getting purchased as equipment or benches, whatever the case may be, right?
Correct.
Right? So those donations are gonna be in and out, because, but somehow, somewhere, it has to be tracked.
Absolutely.
So it's in your budget that it's gonna be tracked.
I was never made part of it. Well, if you want me to explain, I will. I walked out of, I believe that was started with the two people that were killed at the, we're gonna put up a, okay. Well, the rec department planned to do something to honor them. And I was waiting for a little time before I could approach the families. And I walked out of rec one day, and the lady walked up to me and she said, I'm starting something to put something in the park for the families. I said, well, I planned on doing something also. And I said, I just want to give the families a chance since it's just happened to, she said, well, I already talked to the families. I said, okay. She said, I already went to the selectmen. Matter of fact, I'm meeting the selectmen tomorrow in the park, and we're gonna go over where we're gonna put it. And I've started collecting money. I said, you have the blessing of the selectmen? Yeah, we already started. I said, okay. So the whole thing was done with,
And I understand all of that, whether or not you got involved or not got involved. The fact of the matter is, from an accounting perspective, we are gonna show those ins and outs in recreation.
Okay.
Okay? So, my suggestion is that somehow, whether, and I know was involved with those guys from the selectman perspective, so I think you need to really sit with him and the other folks and say, hey, how much money is gonna come in and how much are we already committed to, so that we can show the ins and outs of that. Now, granted, any donations that come in, the board of selectmen have the right to authorize those expenditures, right? We get that authority every year in the warrant. But she's got to account it somewhere.
Absolutely.
It's all set up to do that.
Right.
To receiving the money is coming in through cash receipts.
Mhm.
Currently, as of today, got $2,500 is all I know about, and nothing has gone out. It'll
But
be checked.
when you do spend it,
It'll come from that same line,
it's going to record in his budget.
showing the revenue in and out.
But
Yes, it'll be
so-
underneath his
Right.
line, yes, sir. It's all being done, just looked as the,
So whether or not you're real engaged in that or not, my suggestion is that you get engaged in it so that you at least know what's coming in and out.
No, I understand what you're saying, absolutely. I wish I was engaged from the beginning. And instead of taking people on tours in the park, we could all got together and, doing something all together would have been nice. You know?
You want to keep going?
No, deal? Absolutely. Let's see. No overtime. Retirement is done by Julie. The travel, line 5,100, if you can put that down to 2,500, please. Training, that remained the same. Dues and subscriptions, that's where we pay for our licenses and our direct dues and the national dues, things like that, that is the same. Just stop me if you have a question. Building is just something, if we need something for our building, it's just, that's the same, 250. Uniforms, we buy shirts for the staff, the sweatshirt that I'm wearing, we have camp shirts, they all get 3 shirts, so everything has their names on it, so it's easier for them. Do you want me to wait a minute, Jim?
No.
Okay. So, just the prices of the shirts and everything have gone up, so I put extra in.
So those are not uniforms for the teams then? It's for the staff?
For the staff, yes. To keep going, the next one down is utilities. Laurie, I believe, handles all that. I've never seen a utility bill. Telephone, we went from 1920, we had 3 people, we're down to 2. So that's why that went down.
And that's you and Justine?
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct, and we answer calls throughout the night and whenever they want to call on weekends. We have basketball and weekend things going on, so it's us too. Repairs and maintenance, that $2,000 was put in, I asked for new rugs over at Town Hall and floors. And Gary gave me, put in $2,000, which wouldn't even come close. So it's not gonna be used, and that's why it's not in this year either. But that's what that 2,000 was in the last budget for.
Is that for one of the offices?
Well, I asked it for all the hallways and the floors leading at the frontage and the office and the room across, and that's all he said, 2,000, and that wouldn't do it.
So you haven't used that $2,000?
No.
What would do it? To get
I don't know, I was talking to Pete Cody today, and I'm gonna call Sample Flooring and get some prices and see what it is.
Okay, so that's still a questionable expense then?
Right. The next one is advertising. We just have more things going on, so more cost. Different events.
Where do we advertise?
We advertise in the local paper, what's that? The Reporter. Yeah, we do full-page ads in there for camps and different events and things like that. We've advertised in the Portland Monthly for some, for a blues festival, and we did radio actually for the blues festival this year too. The next one is Funtown Splash Town tickets. I increased it from 100 tickets to 200. It was just crazy last year how many people were looking for tickets. We can't lose money on them if we don't sell the tickets. What it is Maine Rec Association, all of them, we all get as many tickets as we like to order, and for every one we sell, Maine Rec gets them like 50 cents, and we get like 50 cents to $1. If we don't sell them, we return them, and we don't have to pay for them, so it's a pure money maker. And we sold out of our tickets so quickly last year, and business they're doing there, but that's why I doubled it this year. So it's really, if we want to spend the extra money, it's money for both of us. So it works out good. And it's a service to the town. A lot of people.
Julie, why don't the tickets show up in this year's expenditure report?
I don't know, I was just looking at that, Dennis, to be very honest with you.
Because it should show an in and an out, right?
Well, you've got Funtown shows up in the revenue line,
Which
and there is
$630.
to the good, because there's no charge there.
And that's only that's on a show from July 1 on.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, but we get the tickets in like May or June.
It's in May because it was in last year's budget.
So were all your tickets sold in last year's?
Yeah,
Before this fiscal
we've
year?
never returned a ticket yet.
Right, but would your revenue or your tickets all gone out before July 1 of this year, before this report?
Some definitely went afterwards too.
Yeah, because it had to happen before the end of the fiscal year.
Because there's no line on the budget for the current 21-22 budget for tickets.
I mean, we would have taken in more than $630.
Yes.
They
It
said,
would have
well,
been
yeah,
2 years' budget.
Yeah, there's no question.
2 years
Yeah.
ago,
So
budget,
it had
and
to-
most of it was in.
It had to have ended, there was some overcharge into this fiscal year,
Right, someone kept
but only
track.
$630, so.
Yeah, they sell quick, it was crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly how many sold before and after the date, but, yeah, that's all.
The tickets are $100?
No,
No.
no, $32, I don't know. I think it went up again.
So we get them and we sell them for the same price?
Yeah, they say it's $30, let's say it's $40 if you don't have this ticket, so they give a break of like $6 or $8, so let's say it's $32, we sell it for the 32, so we might only have to pay them 31, so we can keep $1 out of every ticket or something like that.
This isn't a seasonal ticket then? This is a one-day ticket?
One day, use
Oh,
it,
One-day pass.
they can use it any day they want, but you use it once a day.
But they do have a seasonal ticket that they sell too.
Right, they sell it at the park, but
Yeah.
they don't offer that
Okay.
through this program. They offer like 3 or 4 different places to do this, but I think this is the most popular one, and I don't really want to stop becoming a ticket salesman, so we keep it up with Christmas.
So you had about half the tickets last year.
Right, I doubled the number, we had 100 exactly.
So it's sponsored by Maine Rec,
Right, maybe,
not Maine.
yes, correct.
So they're the ones that really do all of the footwork to get the discount.
Right. Right. They got 10 or 20,000 tickets and they send them out to each group, whatever. Okay, program expense. Added $15,000. Last year, teen camp, because of COVID, we had to take 2 buses. So we went to double the price on our buses. And, we're talking about things in the future, it's just things are all going up. I mean, town has risen, we go deep sea fishing, they just told me it's going up $500. I haven't done the team schedule of the trips yet, but that's why that extra money is there. That's just a price increase that we're going through.
Have you called the RSU yet for your buses to see what their price would be?
No, I haven't done that yet, no. That comes later. They usually, you get the driver and the bus and the fuel, and they come up with one price per mile. What the price of fuel is going to be, or, the price of their driver, they usually tell me about a month before.
Can I just, what is program expenses?
It's if I buy, for Prodigy, before and after care, if I buy food to get to the kids, if I pay trips for all the camps, all the supplies for the camps. It's anything that's really not payroll to, if I need a new refrigerator for Prodigy.
So this is how you make all the programs operate?
Exactly.
And the programs, I'm going to show ignorance, programs are all revenue-generating programs for the most part. Is that a true statement?
Supposed to be.
In theory.
Right, so put and take.
Yep.
Prodigy and camp is really revenue. That's where most of our revenue is made. Just so you know, I gave
But
you-
these expenses would be going towards those
Absolutely.
2 activities.
Right, yeah. Basically, Prodigy and camp. If you look at the paper I gave you, the first line, $110,000 is what my goal is for Prodigy. Right now, we're at 71.4, and I'm projecting probably there's a real good chance I'm gonna hit 130,000 this year in Prodigy. So, like I said, the sports has cost me, I need to bring in a lot more uniforms, and RSD has to print on them. If I spend $3 or $4 grand in uniforms, make sure I have all sizes to fit all the kids, and then I just found out that the uniform we do use is now being discontinued. So I spent more money, so I just have them because, you know, I'm never gonna be able to get those again. So, you know, costs like that is, it's something that, you know, you can't predict, so it's hard. But, yeah, all the programs are run off of program expense.
Okay. It's one of the biggest items on a budget, so I had to ask.
Yeah, no, I understand, no problem. Next one is toilets. Toilets have they've gone way up. And we have more events where we're using toilets for, and that's why that's the increase in that. Those are porta potties, actually, so.
In some of those would be for like the Blues Festival or...
Blues Festival, down at the public boat launch, concerts on Friday night, we have toilets put in there, people play basketball, horseshoes, you know, they're there all the time.
When we do the Blues Festival, I assume that we make some money on that?
Very little. We mean the town, or?
The town, yeah.
Yeah, it all goes in that one line, so no money is actually going to the town. It's a profit, it stays in there, and we use it for, buy stuff for the snack shacks. Now we're on the grill, we have 2 snack shacks now in the park that we did. We made a, what's the canopy thing called?
Awning?
Yeah, well, it's next to the snack shack. There's something we cook under. You know, money went for that. So, you know, let's try not to take the town money to do that. And as we get a little extra money, we buy things. And, you know, we lay out a lot of money. And I just, for the stage, I just put a deposit down for that. So it just keeps on rolling over and things like that. The Blues Festival, even though REC is a sponsor, I give like maybe a few people to help out there. We pay and maybe a little advertising. Other than that, everything else is raised. There's really no town money that comes out of it to put it on. And we're talking $10,000 or $12,000. That's raised to have it every year.
Now, you said you had to pay for the stage, they don't use the one that's up there?
No, this is actually a stage that's brought in with, you know, all kinds of sound equipment and sound guys and things like that. So.
The concerts in the park, they use the pavilion then?
Yes, that's a much smaller. We're hoping, you know, if it wasn't COVID this year, we're hoping for maybe 600 or 700 people at the Blues Festival. And ticket sales on mine went from, I think it's 125 to like 225, and it looks like it's going to be a big crowd. A lot of people come the day of, depending on the weather, but we had a COVID spike just like 2 or 3 weeks, but it was the worst time. But we still under like 450, right around there, so. It's a good event, you guys should all come down there.
Too many people.
Outside.
I know, they do cornhole down there too, right?
Right, Friday nights.
Friday nights. It's not, obviously not sponsored by Parks and Rec, but do they pay for that area?
No, they don't. You mean, do they rent it?
Do they rent it?
No. No, nothing is actually rented anytime out of the park. Even if you have a birthday party or something down there, on the bottom of the form where they apply to use whatever they're using at the time, it says if you'd like to make a donation to the park fund or something, that would be great, but we don't charge to use the park. And Friday nights, last year, I think they just donated $161 that was taken out of the cornhole. and as a donation.
But they still shoot horseshoes now?
No, I'm gonna try for Saturday nights this year, for horseshoes. The gentleman who's doing the cornhole is getting kind of big, so we have somebody else that's gonna be taking it over. I'm talking to some people on Friday night, and he's gonna start to get a small horseshoe game going. So hopefully we'll have horseshoes and cornhole.
Did you say that the guy that runs cornhole is not gonna run it this year? or-
Right, he's going over horseshoes. That's what I said, he's going over horseshoes.
He's going to horseshoes. So who's doing the cornhole? Somebody?
We're in talks right now, I don't have, it's not signed into the.
The question I've got is the liability. Is it the town's liability when you're renting or leasing or loaning out that Friendship Park, the event? Who's got the liability on that?
Well, they do sign a paper releasing us.
But do
When
they,
all said and done, they come after.
they're coming
Yeah,
out
they're
for us
coming to the
because,
town.
and they should have some type of a liability to be able to run an event, especially where it's every week and a week.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably not a lot of money, and we probably could have some sort of a rider
I was going to say,
on our program, but, just to cover the liability if somebody is in here running, doing horseshoes, or whether they're doing cornhole, or whether it's a concert, or somebody's, in there doing some sort of an organized basketball, whatever. I mean, I understand they sign a release, right? But the fact of the matter is that the deep pocket is who people are gonna come at, right? So we ought to at least double check with MMA to look at what our exposure is.
Right, somebody like Little League who's down there every night, they do have insurance, so how do we get from them?
But they have the rider, because it's through Little League.
Right.
And we very well may have that coverage already. We need to
Yeah,
check.
we may very well have, but,
Yeah.
and I think we did check that when we started concerts and.
I think we did too. I think gotta check with the insurance.
the concerts is a whole different story because the town's actually running it. Town, part of the town is running it. Whereas these other ones are leasing, renting, or you're loaning it to them. And
Most of
it
it,
opens up a big can of worms.
How do these towns do it? I mean, just a curiosity, how does Standish do it with a skateboard park? I mean, I look at that and I'm like, are you crazy?
My guess is that they have a rider.
I would think.
That skateboard rider.
Swindon
They'd
has
be
one
crazy
too.
not to, right?
Yeah, well, I would think. I mean, you're asking people to break their arms, but it's obviously not my thing.
and most of the events that people ask for is just a
Not either.
5-year-old birthday party where they use the swings, or,
Mhm.
there's no alcohol, allowed, and things like that. So I think if it was something crazy where they were gonna possibly cause some kind of bodily harm, which I thought might happen, I would probably either deny it or go for insurance or something.
Does their donation that they make, either the cornhole or the horseshoes, does that cover the price of the lights that it's run over the course of the season?
Good question, couldn't tell you that.
Well,
I-
when the cornholes first started, there were no lights,
Right.
right?
Oh,
Those
right,
are
they have
just-
to fix
yeah,
them.
those
They
are
used
just
to
things,
finish up with
Their
the
cars.
headlights until we get the lighting fixed.
Yeah, I believe you paid the light bill, Laura?
Julie pays for those.
Julie pays the light bill. I don't get light bills, so I couldn't tell you that.
But it's not, I would guess that it's not significant.
Right, I agree with that. I think that's the last one.
Then I got 16 pits up to Ospey for horseshoes.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, the evening light bill is less than $10, or was 3
Oh, okay,
years
so
ago.
it should more than cover
It
it.
isn't, it ain't a lot of money. And those are big old lights.
You're talking 2 hours. Some of them, they go right off, they can switch them right off too. They're not staying on all night or something like that.
Will there be a men's softball this year down behind
Good
the,
night.
at the Lions?
I hope so. You know, that's just, if they want to get it together and play it. I don't have plans to do it right now. But different people call me to, you know, that they want to put a league in, and, you know, I'm all for it. And hopefully they'll put a league back together. You know, it's, when COVID and things hit like this and leagues fall apart, it's so easy just to, you know, not get back together, you know. We all get lazy after a while. So, hopefully.
One of those sports, those fits and starts, right? It's
Yeah.
done all for.
Either you
years and
have
then-
40 people calling you to use it, and you try to squeeze them in, or nobody wants it, you know? So,
I got one more, and that's on the boat launch. It should be manned from 4 or 5:30 in the morning until 7, and either add some money to that to get it done, or cut the hours in the middle of the day. But the amount of boats that go in to Ospey Lake between 4 and 7 in the morning are more than what goes in from 7 to noon time. So same thing at night, you've got people working, they're coming out of work and go to the lake for a couple hours, so they're going in after 5 and are there till dark. And especially on the weekends, you've got your out-of-state boats coming in after 5 on a Thursday or a Friday night, and it's the out-of-towners that you need to be checking if you want to slow that weed down.
Wouldn't do what they time, they monitor still in Lake Arrowhead, right? Their launch in Lake Arrowhead, they monitor that. Lake Arrowhead.
Oh, Lake Arrowhead.
Right.
I believe so.
These are ones we want to do, yes.
Yeah, so it would be,
The state is, there is actually, there is money through DEP on these boat launches, and I think it's $2,500 that is available each year. So that would almost pay for you, but it's got to be applied for each year. But we're just opening the doors. If we're spending that type of money, 4 more hours a day, ain't a lot of money
It's
to.
also getting somebody to work it for, 30 in the morning.
let's get somebody to work anytime, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Every place is looking for help.
What is the rate of pay for that?
Well, there's a few different people that do it. It's usually $14.50 an hour.
that's something that you almost need a retired fellow or a lady, you know? It ain't a bad job. It ain't.
No, it's not.
All right, and just going to get up there.
You'd be amazed, I mean, you'd be amazed at the boats that go in there and go fishing for 2 or 3 hours in the morning.
It's hard to get people to work down there.
Yeah.
So I have a couple kids and, you know, they like to read, which is great, so they sit down there with the book and And those are kids you need, and, you know, they stop, do the boat, go right back to the book or something like that. But it's hard, you know, if somebody calls in sick and I try to get another person, well, I don't want to just go sit down there, I don't want to, you know.
But there's more work to be done down there than just sitting there. I mean, that's almost a janitor's job, to keep that part. And this is what that person should be doing.
So do you have two at 20 hours each, or how is the time divided up, or?
Oh, no, it's like one person does like Fridays and another one will do 30 hours. And it's just piecing them together to try to get it all covered. And they do walk around and they have the grabber to pick up some trash and things like that, so.
Where do we stand with the fence that we were gonna do, to put in to protect the leach field? I shouldn't say it's a leach field, but the water, stormwater leach field.
Well, we've already discussed that.
And we were gonna, David was gonna install it. I don't believe that it's ever been installed, but
I don't believe it.
I think Pete had mentioned it a couple weeks ago too, at one of the meetings we had with him here, didn't he?
So I don't know whether that comes out of the road budget or whatever. I would assume that it does at this point, but because we have no line item in this budget to do that, but
It's about a $4,000 expense. But what's happening now is, last fall, they delivered some ice shacks in November, drove right over the top of the leach field and dropped them off. And you're getting the same thing, cars and trucks are going over the leach field because there's no fence at all there. And it's just gonna ruin that.
Up at the lake, or?
Yes, there's a field right there where the sandy beach is.
Mhm.
Well, underneath that, there's a tank and a leach field. And all that water, years ago, used to run from Route 5 down to the water. And now the whole parking lot has been turned, so that the water runs, the pavement in the park is tipped so that it runs into 3 catch basins, and then goes into that leach field, and then leaches into the ground before it goes back into the lake. And that was engineered and designed, and that was under a Clean Water Act. Oh, probably 10, 18 years ago, probably now. Yeah, but it was, turned out to be quite a project, and we got quite a bunch of compliments getting it done and stopping the erosion and the water from running right back into the lake.
Who's in charge of the monument out here?
The monument, where the
In
flag
ce-
is?
Yeah, where the flag is.
Well, DPW does the mowing and stuff, and they take care of the flag.
Because we still haven't got a light on that flag.
We do have a light there. It might
Doesn't
be
it?
covered in snow right now, but there's a light that shines up to light the flag.
Down here?
Right at the monument.
Got the monument.
There was, yeah.
I know I put one out there a couple of years ago, but that burned out. I've been preaching that we need a new one out there. Something better.
I'll definitely look into it, because we had that one, and then the one at the Friendship Park, is now a light that comes off the snack shack that lights the other.
Yeah, I know the one at Friendship Park is eliminated.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely check out the monument.
There was a flag at French Lions Club too. I don't know if there's still a flag up there or not. The pool's out in center
If
field.
they manage that, all right.
That's out front, ain't it?
Huh?
That's out front? Or
Nope.
is it out back?
Out in
It's out
center
back
field.
right by
Out
the
in center
softball field.
It used to be out front years ago.
Nope, there's
I'm
one out in
going back
center
40
field.
years.
Before my time.
Where they hit their garden, right? Or their big line.
Jim, you good?
I'm good. That's good. Thank you, sir. I guess we're good. Unless you have anything else for us.
No, I will, I'll do the program payroll, I'll get it over to you. All set?
Sounds good.
Yep.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Something else.
Yeah.
Not me. Why you wondering that?
I'm there.
What's that?
Find something else to do.
We're not calling anybody from the planning board or the planning department, are we?
No, that came
We
under.
did that already.
That came under
Oh, last week?
CEO
Yes.
Okay.
when he was in that day.
Somebody else in town. Oh,
I do have a question though.
Yep.
Under ZBA, if they're not having that many meetings, can they cut their budget in half?
Actually, I think-
Because don't the people that come in pay fees?
Yes.
So does that cover their meeting costs?
They did
Mail.
cut it,
Bolton is
they did cut it at that,
Yeah.
it went from 3,550 to
To 1,000.
1,300.
Okay. But then they only had 2 meetings this year, right?
Right.
Yes.
So are they expecting that many meetings?
in the same room.
Problem with that is that you don't know.
You don't know.
Bruce, yeah.
But the fees that they pay don't cover the cost of the meetings? Or is it,
Technically,
no?
well, technically it does, but it still goes into the general fund. That's something that I think that, I wish it didn't go back into the general fund. It should fund itself. Because we each get $25 per meeting. There's 5 of us. That's $125 for meeting. It's what, $350 for an appeal, right? With the ZBA, if they're gonna appeal?
That money should be in the committee funding.
Right.
Yeah. That was the idea of bringing all those little committees together so that there was a little bit of a thank you to it. I think this was $6,000 and
65.
65 in a line item there.
So what was the question, the issue with the zoning board of appeals?
Yeah, I was talking about the, she wanted to know if it covers itself.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, but I'm,
It did.
it used to, but probably doesn't
Yeah.
now.
Anymore.
We redid that about 5 years ago, and I had done it.
It depends on whether we need the lawyer or not, too.
Right,
But that comes out of. a
Legal
different
comes out of
account.
general government.
but that account is that, or that rate, or that number is controlled by the zoning ordinance.
Right.
So
Okay.
that we would have to raise the fee at the zoning ordinance level.
But it should take care of the mailing, should take care of, in every meeting, there should be roughly 6 hours of secretarial or administrative assistant hours, and then the $25 per member. And then there was, I think, $100 included in that fee for the code enforcement as far as the zoning board of appeals goes. And that's where you come up with the 300, and it was 325. I don't know if that's the same figure. I'm going back a few years, but that's how that whole figure come out. And the same thing with the planning board. And the planning board probably is a little low at this point, because I think it was 6 or 7 years ago that was looked at, but the cost of everything is either going up or is up already.
And I think, Jim, it's separate. If council has to be there, I think that is billed separately, or whatever the case may be. But there's a caveat in that fee. In most cases, you wouldn't have legal counsel at that meeting, right, unless it was significant. And then I think there's a caveat in the zoning ordinance that allows for coverage of, or the billing of legal hours.
There has been a couple times where we've had legal questions, so we've had to delay and send it to the attorney to clarify.
Yeah.
And then we reconvene.
Which is cheaper than
Having
Yeah.
sending it.
Yeah.
Because you're paying travel expense and then probably a minimum of 2 hours.
Right.
And you might be able to get an answer
Yeah.
in 20 minutes.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's a 4-hour bill when you have one come to the town at a minimum, because you've got 2 hours of travel and then you've got a couple hours here. And then to draft a legal opinion on top of that.
Right.
But you don't see that very often. It's got to be a very complicated case, and unless the other problem is going to bring legal counsel, then you won't bring it in. You'll convene, set another date, reconvene, and or already got your questions answered before you get there.
We'll just schedule him, Matt, for next up.
Do you have the schedule in front of you by chance?
Nope, I need to get it, so it's hanging on the board.
On your prior presentation that you gave to us, the book,
And I sent it to the budget committee.
and on here, you had 754. Is that correct on that one? Should that be there?
February 7th, you have the transfer station and the tax assessor's office.
I'll check, I don't know what that.
This is that presentation you gave us? You had this?
Then the 14th is municipal buildings and public works.
Okay, because on this one for salaries, you had 754.
Yeah, let's see here, just a second. What we got?
That doesn't show how many police calls we've had over the year, does it?
What's that?
That.
No.
That's only
This is fire.
I'll confirm that.
Is there-
Okay.
I don't believe it.
You don't believe this number?
No, I don't know if that was right.
No,
Okay.
something's included in that. Let me see.
Because if you take this number, there it is.
Went up and got a tractor on the big lot.
There was something else in
Garage
there.
the other day, we've been up 3 times to get it, this time she's
I figured out before, and I can't think of
What
what
are
it
you
was.
getting?
Well, we can look at it tomorrow.
Yeah, because it came out to the right amount.
And we got $400 on it, but it wasn't shipped and then it was
139,420. To the right amount. So it's, some things lumped together in that line. I think that's separated out.
I
I can't think of it right now.
Okay.
Oh, here's your
What's that?
schedule.
Well, no, it's not lumped together, it's lumped in here.
Who wanted this?
No.
Schedule?
Oh.
But she
Okay.
didn't want
I
to.
sent
Yeah,
it,
but I-
I sent it to you all, so
But
you
she
should
got this
have
number
that
here.
in
So
the email.
I'm
But
assuming
next
it's some.
week is health and
Oop, I'm reading it
sanitation
up.
and
Sorry.
No, that's
public
okay.
works, and
Okay.
then these, and then I left these for voting the last.
Okay.
We switched it up.
You can take it off the
$200 later.
clip if you need to.
How hard it is to put on a block heater.
Not bad, as long as you get a hold.
Okay, so I looked to see
Overtime retirement.
pickup is,
Overtime.
to see how accessible.
Sometimes you take the freeze plug out, and put one in.
Yeah, so th-
21.
So these two numbers should total
Yeah.
your difference here, you just have written out.
Okay, so that, the 91,000,
Let's just check it, but those should be,
the 91, I couldn't find.
what is that, 20
Sometimes there's a.
21,891.
plus 69, 580.
Okay, just wanted to double check, yeah.
So-
I couldn't find it.
So right here, you can see it better on this one here. It's right there. So this
Okay.
number.
Oh, I
it does
started
not
working on
include
farm all A's and
Those
C's.
two, which are right
I
here.
was a lot
Okay.
younger then.
All right,
So
just
that's
wanted to.
correct.
But they were very
Okay.
reliable. I
That
loved
was
them.
my question. Okay,
That's you.
good.
Did you get
What
it?
line is our two deputies on?
What's that?
What lines are?
I've got a Kubota.
They're at
And I
the
like it.
bottom in
Little cub's a nice little tractor.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Diane.
line
Did you
523.
figure it out?
Yep, match on me.
Okay.
Yeah, it was in another place. It was in another place.
Okay,
Yep.
that's what I thought.
Line 523.
Dave still here, Laura?
No, he had a meeting, that's why he just left it running.
Sure.
Did you need me to have him call you or something?
No, I was just gonna let him up in tomorrow night.
Okay.
They've, I think they've got Daring Ridge Road pretty much wired.
Oh, good.
So is that,
They're way past my
I do
place.
not have an
They're
actual
way
number for them,
past
I've
my
asked them
place,
several times.
way up.
was that?
I think they're
Accounting for
They
numbers,
went all the
but
way
we
to,
know that.
Okay.
So the 195 is
the
probably not
last
even
house.
close.
I just plugged it in,
Larry
just
Jacobson's.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay.
But I wanted to have a placeholder at least to get a better idea.
Amen.
That's why it's still yellow,
Okay.
and same with county taxes.
Because does that includes the vehicle too,
No.
right? No, this is just salary.
I put the vehicle in the
Still
CIP.
haven't got on the phone.
Yeah.
What line are you on?
523, thank you. Contract deputies.
Which one?
523,
Near the end?
On
Oh,
page-
you don't have those figures yet,
No.
yeah, we covered that, yeah. That's what it was just selling, it's yellow.
sorry.
No, so once we get that number, we can plug those in, but we don't have that.
And we probably won't have the school until April.
I got a notice from the school, not the increase. Well, the increase will be about 500,000, 500 and a few thousand, which is 5.3% increase to start with.
Right, they didn't send us our.
They did- I would say, that's just the start. That's
Yeah.
Waterboro shape. But, that come through
Are
last
you,
week. that
forwarding
was-
forward with other ones
Yeah,
tonight, or
we
are you,
received that.
that-
are you forwarding forward with others tonight?
I just had a couple of questions on some of those salary lines.
You
Some
won't
of
have
them
that
seem kind
till
of high compared to what I was figuring.
but
Which ones?
that's the increase for,
I think I left my paper at home.
Current expenses, yeah.
Yes.
Not,
Yeah.
there'll be more.
yeah.
Julie, I think these are
So
taxes, but that's
when you're figuring out, see now you added the ARPA's in.
Okay,
I figured
thank
it
you.
out without the ARPA.
So we're waiting, I got it off their website, so I called and asked them to call me.
Because when I did the ARPA, I did it on 40 hours a
I
week,
was thinking
52 weeks a year.
20,
And I got
20,
62.40 for the ARPA for a full-time. I had 62.40, but I don't know what that includes.
People later.
Right, thanks.
Bye, Dwayne.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So Julie,
Yeah, sure.
so for example, on, What line was that? Line,
65. 65.
65, line 65. When Diane had done the calculations, she showed it as a different number for the ARPA dollars from 6486. It was 62, so what'd you say?
6240.
6240.
I took 40 hours times 52 weeks a year, times the $3.
Yeah.
For any full-time one, it should be 6240, right?
Are you in the town clerk? I'm sorry.
Yes, line
Okay.
65.
Yeah.
So, correct me, so if we take the ARPA based on 3, wouldn't it be 6240 per employee?
The full-time ones.
I'm trying to find it because I brought it with me.
Let's see, there's one over here for these. Here, here. So why is that one
Yeah, it is, yeah.
different?
What I did.
I mean, because the full-time is 6240.
Because all the full-time should be 6240.
Right,
But then I do notice that we need to calculate the retirement costs, correct?
yes,
So we'll put the ARPA dollars in those lines too.
and I have not done that, I just was getting the W-2s and the 1099s out this week. And working with the auditor still.
So I guess my question is, if we were given ARPA money from the federal government, right? And it's in the revenue side, why is it in this side's? Because what's on this budget, the taxpayers are paying taxes on, correct?
No.
No?
Well, because once they apply the revenue to it, that's what the
Then it will
numbers
be
are.
taken off?
Correct.
That's a formula that they do later, Diane, as he told you at the last meeting.
I know, but I still haven't.
So let's just say you have 500 total, and we're going to apply,
It's still gonna be.
450 from ARPA. That leaves 50 that will be either tax
Tax.
or
Yes.
other revenue.
Okay.
So we don't, let's just say it was $500, and if it was X
So the
dollars.
taxpayer is not actually getting taxed on the full amount?
Correct, no.
Okay.
No.
It's gotta be shown as an expense, I understand that, but it's not necessarily a
It's
taxable
going to be
expense.
reduced by the calculation on the revenues.
So then you apply all the revenues to that, and then you'll have the dollar at the end.
So the number that they vote on will be the final number here?
You'll still see that number.
still see that number,
based
but
on what
not-
the-
okay.
Correct.
Okay.
So you'll still see the 500, but the revenue, so the ARPA will be applied, and then, well, in that case, it's a wash, so it's whatever the dollar is.
Okay.
And then you apply your other revenue. So same thing with parks, not parks, recreation, we'll apply his program expenses, or his Funergy, and basketball, and all those other, well, it was right here. So those,
Yeah,
apply those revenues here based on what is collected,
okay.
and then the remaining balance. So if this was the budgeted amount collected year to date, take his total, that's the differences in his, just for example.
Okay. All right.
So, no, but they'll see the total number because they have to see that number.
Yeah, okay.
So what's ARPA? Just
The American Rescue Plan?
American Rescue Plan?
And there's still what, the library and the rec that is not receiving the ARPA?
Those are the two that are remaining that the board has to have a conversation with.
And that's tomorrow night?
There's a workshop tomorrow night at 5:30.
5:30.
5 or 5:30 tomorrow night.
5 o'clock is the workshop. from
Gotcha.
5 to 5:30, and then 5:30 to 6 is an executive session.
So 5 to 5:30.
Okay.
And how much of the salary does ARPA pay?
The increase that they voted on, the $3.
$3 per hour.
Okay.
And then they calculated for the retirement too. The- all that part of
And
it.
FICA and Medicaid
Right.
too. And they're discussing the insurance tomorrow night too.
So online, yes, yeah,
Okay, thank you.
yes. Yeah.
Okay, so I have another question. On the insurance line, it says 28, but I think we chatted, and it was 27, Julie?
Where are you?
Line 58.
She's talking about, I think, where
59.
you're going.
Okay, there's 28 right now and 6 uninsured in the buyout.
Okay, there's 6 buyouts?
Yes,
Okay, so that number's not right. 39,870, because if you take 6 times 72,
you've got percentage person in there. You can't go by the 6 times 72.
For the prorated
You
ones.
can't.
There's a pre-rated, yeah.
prorated?
Thank you.
Prorated, there we go.
Okay, all
I'll
right.
leave it up
What you
to
mean,
5.
I just
Yeah.
go by what we
Yeah.
see, so,
Yeah, there's some prorated ones.
okay, so prorated.
And we're giving the selectmen a correction in the personnel policy to look at tomorrow night as well,
As far as this?
for the buyouts.
Oh, okay.
Because of the way it's talk about health insurance, so that they need to adjust, they need to correct it. There's an error in the, well, there's an error, either an error, I guess, one of the two
It's
ways.
interpretation.
It's either an error or not an error, and they just need to figure out which one they want to go with on the personnel policy.
There's two conflicting statements.
Right. One says people are eligible, and then another section says they're not eligible. So we need clarification.
Are we taking the leave from the federal government? Is that?
No, the vacation is the governor's thing, and that's a nightmare in itself. Because you figure an hour for every 40 hours worked, and that's at .025, it figures out for every hour. And then they have to use it before December, and then it starts over again, and they can't accumulate more than 40 hours.
Unless okay by the town.
Excuse me.
No, no, no.
Oh, no, no.
The governor mandates that one.
We need to fix, there's some fixing in that too, as far as the language, because where it says the 2 continuous,
You up to part-time?
yeah.
There's no number in there.
Yeah, we don't, and that needs to be adjusted tomorrow night.
Okay.
And we're changing the tax collector, right?
Correct, tax collector will be, with the modified hours, she doesn't work every Friday. So there'll be, we'll actually end up reducing line 81, on line 81 down on the personnel, I'm sorry, 84. We will have to adjust that, because it's not every Friday,
Okay.
about
So-
half of that.
So is she gonna change to Monday through Friday?
No, she's Monday through Friday now in that number.
I mean, Monday through Thursday, I mean.
Correct, but we'll add Fridays in, because on the busy season during tax time, she'll be working Fridays. But
Okay, so all these numbers will change then?
we're gonna adjust, we're gonna adjust those.
It's been crazy.
And it was,
26 on, 26 out.
yeah, 26 in and 26 out.
And there won't be any overtime.
So half the Fridays will be gone.
Well, I really ought to leave that overtime though, during tax season, to be safe. Because I can't, if she works over 40 hours and she's still doing taxes, I've got to charge it to the overtime line.
But it's zero budgeted this year for overtime?
We got $1,000 in this year's budget.
It was zero.
In current, it shows zero.
For that, what the year we're in right now.
Line 85.
85 says 1,000.
For this year, coming up.
But
Yeah.
there is nothing because Sharon didn't work overtime. She honored her 32 hours and she didn't work overtime.
But looking at, I mean, even then, when was the other, 2021 we spent out?
Yep. It's hard when you got variance if you can't count on it.
No, I left my papers at home. You're the only one I wanted to ask.
I'm good if you're good.
Okay. Oh, we need to discuss to approve the minutes for January 20th and the 24th. We'll start with January 20th, because I can,
You don't have to read them, you just, because I sent them to you
Yeah.
in your email.
yep.
Yeah.
So, do I hear a motion on the meeting for the January 20th?
As a point of order, I wasn't here. Can I make the motion anyway? I mean, I read the minutes, so.
No, you cannot vote if you were not at a meeting.
Okay,
Sorry.
no problem.
I'll make the motion then.
Okay. And I guess I'll second it. All in favor? 3-0. Okay. And the 24th, I wasn't here, so.
I move that we approve them.
Second.
All in favor? 3-1. Or 3-0-1.
Yeah.
Okay. I would entertain,
Motion to adjourn?
yep,
Second.
all in favor?
Next meeting is
Next
Monday.
Monday,
Next Monday.
the